Okay, so here is my super duper example deluxe dome. I'll just give you a super quick look inside. Oh, hello, if I can get in the door. Just a quick idea of what I like to do with domes, but obviously there's a million uses. Quite apart from anything else, it's just nice having something that isn't square, which I know is like the ultimate blasphemy in Minecraft, but every so often it's nice just to have something round, or hemispherical in this case. Look at Claire with the big words. Okay, so this is what I've done with my dome. I've built the dome, I've pimped out the inside. I've put a little jacuzzi tub / well in there. There's a fireplace, there's a built-in library and one of the niches. I like putting my storage up on a height because A, it uses the wider part of the dome, and B, it's out from under your feet. And then up here I've just got a little sleeping loft, and I can always jump over the fence to get back down. So that tells you absolutely nothing other than the fact that I like domes and I've got some cool stuff inside mine. I think what we'll build the one I'm showing you out of is quartz, because you can see the blocks pretty distinctly there, and it's important, whatever you're building it out of, that there's a matching set of steps. So we'll get quartz stairs, and I'm going to get some glass out, and I'll tell you why when we get a little bit further on. The first thing you need to do is decide where you're going to build it. I'm not going to do one quite as big as mine. I'm going to go for a dome mini, as it were, and this looks pretty big and flat, so we'll go here. Now the first step is going to be create a flat circle. Oh, sun's going down. Maybe I better get a bed out, have a quick nap. And I tell you what, while I'm having the nap, oh, there's monsters nearby, you see. Must be underground. So if you decide how big you want your dome to be, bearing in mind the bigger your circle, the bigger your dome, and then you look for a diagram that's about the right size. Have a really close look at it, because sometimes the quarters aren't symmetrical. And for this, it's really important that the quarters have got to be absolutely symmetrical. So the one I'm going to do is going to be 4, and then 2, and then 1, and then 2, and then 4, and then 2, and then 1, and then 2, and then 4. As you can see, I know the pattern that I want to use. I've actually used this a lot. This is my favourite dome size and pattern, just because it's easy to remember. 4 2 1 2 4 2 1 2. If I draw an imaginary line down, it's perfectly symmetrical. Each quarter is identical, and that's really important for when we're building our dome. And I'll tell you why. Because what we're going to do here is we're going to imagine we've divided our dome in half. So it helps if you've got an even number on a side. It doesn't have to be, it just makes it a little bit easier. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the last 2 or half of this here and go up the 2. So that's the equivalent of that. Then what I'm trying to do is mirror this side upwards. So I'm kind of flipping that up 90 degrees. So that's the 2 from there. I'll tell you what, I'll take this bottom out and we'll assume that this is 0 point. So we're going to go straight into dome. So I've gone up 2, which is the equivalent of these 2. And then I'm going to come in 1. I've come in 1, and that says I need to go up 2. And then this is in 1 diagonally. And then I need to come in 1 and in 2. And then I need to go up diagonally 1 and come across 4. 3, 4. Now, hopefully you can see that what I've done across the top there perfectly mirrors what's going on this side here. And I'm going to do the same coming down on this side. 2, 3, 4. So I need to come in 1 there, and it goes up 2. And then I'm coming in 1 here. And then I'm coming up 1 and in 2. And that has, or should have, it has, perfectly mirrored the side. So all I'm going to do is make it the same for the whole width of that side. So I need, because I stupidly didn't start at the edge, I need 2 on this side. Then I need to go and put another 1 on the other side for each of these. And then we're just going to repeat this in the other direction. Now the good thing about this is, it's going to look slightly different to the example one, just because I've started lower down. Usually I would build a wall too high and then start this doming process, just so I've got a bit of headroom. But what we should end up with by doing this is it should look almost igloo-y, because the dome itself will be flat to the ground. So the good thing about these domes is those long sides are the hardest bit of it. Once you've got them up, the rest of it's a piece of cake. Because what we're going to do is we're going to continue mirroring. So we know that this, it needs to come up too high. So what I'll do is I'll go all the way around and go too high on all of them. And that too high, if you remember, is half of the longest side. What we're then going to do is we know that we need to come in 1 and go up 2. So we're going to do that on each of the next longest bits. And then we're coming in 1. And then we know we're coming in 1. And it should go in 2, but as you can see, I've run out of room, which is perfect, because it means if I do the too high, this one, too high, and then come in 1 diagonally, and that has sealed itself up, which is what you're looking for. You kind of want the corners to end up being symmetrical like that. So once you've done the long sides, you can see the corners come together really pretty quickly. You're just following the same pattern that you've done all the way around, and by the time you've done the 4 long sides, to be honest, you should have it pretty much internalized. But if not, you're just following the half a circle. So if you've still got the diagram in front of you, use that. Remind yourself what your half a circle was, and just keep following the same pattern. You won't get to the top every time, because obviously the further into the corners you get, the corners being the edge of the circle obviously, the further into the corners you get, the less height you've got. You can also do this in survival. All you need is either balls of steel and a good sense of balance. You can use the crouch trick, which helps a little bit. If you crouch in survival, you can walk off a block and you won't actually fall, which is super helpful when you're building stuff in midair. Or you can just scaffold the whole thing with dirt, and that works too. So what we've got there then, I've done the 4 long sides, I've done the corners, and you can see we've kind of got a dome. It's a little bit blocky, it doesn't look as good as mine yet, but the bones of it are there. You can see the basic shape. Now, to soften it up a bit, what we're going to do is we're going to put stairs on. So at each of these joins, for the singles, just be consistent. It doesn't matter which way you go, as long as you're consistent. So my singles are always going to be where I start the new side. 4, 1, 2, and then a single. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, new side. Oops. So you do that on each level where you've got steps. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, this is a good time to show you my second off last favourite trick. Where's the... let's go around to the other side and say that that's the front. And we'll put a big double door in, just because I can. As you can see, it's pretty dark inside here. So what I like doing... it's entirely up to you. You can light it with torches, you can do whatever. But what I quite like doing is putting a glass ceiling in. So if you come behind these stairs here, and the stairs are going to hide the glass from the outside, but on the inside we're just going to put a layer of glass blocks like so, and that means when the sun's out, and the moon to a lesser extent, you've just got a huge ass window, so you've got natural light in here before you even start. Let me just put a door on, a couple of doors, we'll have a quick nap and then I'll show you it in the daytime. Bum bum bum. Bed. Sleep. Oh, that's sweet. I'm going to see the sunrise in the morning. Oh, maybe not. Okay, I've got it lined up with the rising sun. Oh, that's quite cool. So, if we back up a bit, that then is your dome. Like I say, I would usually have gone a little bit higher on the sides before starting the dome itself. But it's pretty sweet. It's definitely domey. You can't argue with that. That's it for this episode. That was Minecraft How To, I'm Claire for the Angels. If you liked this video, please like, share and comment. You can follow us on Twitter, Tumblr or Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching!